Dude, there's a fucking dingus on the screen for an extended period of time. And I was watching this at work, laughing my ass off.
And the window rolls up and down a little bit, and it goes with it.
It's in the car. It's inside.
He's like holding the thing like.
Me Before You is in the top 3 of this.
Yes.
You know who's in that?
No.
Emilia Clarke. You know who Emilia Clarke is?
She's from...
Daenerys Targaryen.
Yeah, look at that.
Targaryen.
Targaryen. What the?
Do the baby lip sound. Terrible. I do this.
Okay.
I've had moments where I walk in to meet people for the first time, and I could swear I've had that experience.
There's only one way to prove it. If you spit their name out before they even
David! And they're like, no, it's Jacob.
Right. Oh, you look like a David.
See, that's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You have to take
just take it. Just
you
go.
have to take the opportunity. Yeah,
Yep.
You'll get it right eventually, and then you're going to blow someone's mind.
Yeah, the day you do
how
it,
many
like if
Davids,
it was
yeah.
a job interview and they do it and they're like, and you're like, I just felt like
Now that
I felt your
about it,
energy.
this was.
Now I think about it, suits are
This
kind
is
of fucking weird. You're gonna read the newspaper, and I had drowned because I tried to make it to the end of whatever this big fucking thing is over top of our dome that's over top of us.
Wally has died mysteriously. In reality, you were choked out.
Yeah. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Welcome to the Decision Reel Movie Review Podcast, where we try and stay on the reels and get movie reviews out.
On your reels.
On the reels.
Right. The reels.
This week, we're looking at a movie picked by Tara. It's called Popstar, Never Stop Stopping.
Never stop, never stopping.
I don't care. It's whatever I'll care
It's
what
fucking
it to be.
confusing.
Right. Never stop, never stopping?
Never stop, never stopping.
Sure.
Is there a comma in there?
No.
Popstar.
Never stop, never stopping.
No, it's Popstar,
So
colon,
you're saying never stop,
never stopping.
never stop stopping.
Never stop, never stopping.
It's not like you're like never stop stopping. There's no space.
No, it's
space,
never
'cause
stop,
it would
never
feel like it
stop.
means
There's
something
never
completely
stop, but you also never want to stop, never stopping either.
Oh, so wait, is it never stop, never stopping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
The fuck?
Yeah.
So we got the what the fuck out of the way right at the
there's-
beginning.
No,
Oh yeah,
no.
because I'm sure that's the only one.
Dude, there's a fucking dingus
A dingus.
on the screen for an extended period of time, and I was watching this at work, laughing my ass off.
and the window rolls up and down a little bit, and it goes with it.
It's in the car. It's inside.
He's like holding the thing, like still trying to. That was funny. I laughed at that.
It's my fiance's.
Can you sign it?
I didn't know if I liked Andy Samberg or disliked him because I was always a big Hot Rod fan. I really enjoyed Hot Rod.
Yeah, and Hot Rod's that
And I
outlier.
feel like they're trying to do that again, maybe with the casting and maybe making it more bougie. But I don't think I like Andy Samberg.
Oh, I like.
I just don't think something about it.
I
But he's
like
supposed to be unlikable.
in this. Yeah, but that is, I feel like that's just Andy Samberg and everything. Like, I watched through the SNL days where they were doing the digital shorts and everything, and those were great because they were shorts, right? So I feel like Andy Samberg in a long movie does kind of grate on your nerves a little bit. I like Hot Rod, but he's not Andy Samberg in that because, he's playing a dude disguised as another dude because he's got the mustache on when he's, Hot Rod.
There's also a lot of other characters in that shine really bright. There's some in this, but those ones shined really, really bright.
Yeah. And I feel like it's a completely different movie while also still being the same thing, right? You have a guy who's trying to do something who's, I guess, okay, at first he's good at it, and then in Hot Rod he's bad at it, and then gets good. Well, he never really
If
gets
we
good
weren't
at
doing this for a podcast, it would have lost me early. So there's that cowboy line where he's like, I'm wearing 3 hats.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be like.
I know what it's supposed to be, but even I have my limitations.
Yeah, there's a fine line of, hey, I'm watching The Office, and this is really, really bad, but I'm still here for it.
It fucking came in with the marriage and seal scene.
Okay.
And I'm I'm in tears.
How do you think I got these scars?
I was like, that was perfect. that it was a little bit more redemption, and then I was in for the ride. But that was a little bit more. I think it was like half to a third of the way through the film. You think?
I think the ending of the movie is better than the first 3/4 of the movie.
100%.
When they finally get back together and start writing music, and then the whole ending scene is great.
Yeah.
With Tim Meadows being like, when he's like, you tell Tony and Tony or whatever the fuck their name is, and he's like, I hope they feel like shit. I was like, that's pretty good. I do think this movie was made based off of them watching Walk Hard and then making their Lonely Island CDs, and they're like, what if we just made... Yeah.
I think it's also because I think it was supposed to be like the Justin Bieber documentary, the Never Stop Believing documentary.
Believing.
Stop,
I think
never
it's
stopping.
it's supposed to be
okay.
kind of
And Justin Bieber is a snip shot of him with the hair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I get it, but
because
also
I never saw the movie,
Mhm.
but
I thought it was Beastie Boy vibes. I think it's supposed to be like a combination of pop.
kind
stuff.
of. Well, obviously, the Lonely Island are those three dudes, and they've made what 2 albums, something like that. And well, they're funny. It has its place in time, and if you watch it or listen to it now, you're kind of like,
I don't know that another shining moment where they're in the beginning and they're telling him how what they're singing about isn't too crude, or something like that. And it's just dicks and I heard popcorn pussy. Thank God I had my headphones in. I was like, oh God.
The I'm Not Gay song.
Oh God,
is so offensive.
I almost couldn't make it.
Yeah,
and I'm not great with that stuff, but I almost.
Also, so do you guys remember Get Him to the Greek?
Yeah.
You know the whole
Hilarious.
beginning of that.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same parallel where he made good stuff with a band, and then he went on his own. He made one good album, and then he's like, "No, I'm going to take it."
The
from
I'm
here.
Not Gay is like the African Child song. Yeah.
Pretty much the same thing, right? So I don't know. I like that. There's some funny jokes here, but nothing feels original to me in this movie. Where like Hot Rod feels like an original, great movie that came out of nowhere. This just feels not plagiarized, but just taken from a bunch of different things and like, hey, let's make this.
I don't really like Hot Rod, so
This is a spoof. It's a spoof on modern pop culture, is what it is, and it's hard to take that stuff seriously in real life.
Yeah.
So it's way harder to take it seriously.
Well, and that's one
in
of the
a
things
fake scenario.
one of the things that I like about it is
or a movie like this, but it's a comedy.
Similarly to like how you would know how they did in the How I Met Your Mother episodes where they would talk about Robin Sparkles.
Okay.
When they would do the documentary about Robin, they had actual people.
Yes.
Yeah, they had actual musicians
Paul
and record label people like talking about her like she was a big. I like that they did that in this, where like to us they're like, this is garbage, this is shit, and they've got real rappers and real people being like they were it, like Usher being like they made me want to dance, like they like. I like that aspect of it where it's like you're seeing these people that in real life. Those are the ones that you go, okay, they're making the money, they're making the hits.
Right. Obviously, Andy Samberg has to be friends with these people. There's no way unless somehow they're tied to NBC, right? And they have to be in this movie. And I don't think this movie was very expensive, so they're not getting paid. Like, Mariah Carey isn't just going to be like, yeah, sure, I'll be in this.
I love that about her, the little skit about her being conceited.
Yeah.
Shit was pretty funny.
And who else? You had 50 Cent in there. You had Usher. You had Justin Timberlake with...
A$AP Rocky was in there.
Dick in a box.
My dick in a box.
But he wasn't. He was the one who was not playing himself.
Yeah.
That, okay, I will
it
say...
was me.
The funniest part of this scene, this movie for me, was when he's singing while chopping carrots or whatever.
It's quietly.
And it just was like... Can you just leave it to the professionals?
Yeah, as he's like,
okay, I'll leave it to
like,
and can you chop quietly?
Flawlessly having those little falsetto runs that he's doing, and they're like, hey!
Yeah.
There's a dude in a dog costume.
You purposely put dog shit in these pancakes.
I provide food on the tables. Yeah,
with dog shit in it.
One of Carrick's favorite parts of the movie is when he has them stop filming and they have the whole bee thing.
Oh yeah.
Tell me you got that on camera.
Give me the flamethrower.
And you got the words are coming up on it and everything, like so that you can still.
I was wondering why there was so much like actual closed captioning going on throughout the whole movie in different colors, and I'm like, oh, I get it, because they're making it like a documentary that you can hear but you can't hear.
Well, that like the ending where they run into Hunter and he's like, and they're like, no, that's Connor's camera, because there's like three different.
That's Snoop Dogg's camera. Surprise, motherfucker! That was good.
Cameos are good.
The plot of this movie: when it becomes clear that his solo album is a failure, a former boy band member does everything in his power to maintain his celebrity status.
I got 'em all. And a little more, but I never
Connor, for real.
What was the Spanish one? Do you know?
Oh my God, that was so offensive.
That was hard to watch too.
España. And so he was just like, half of the song was
just
lisp.
All lisp.
Yeah.
It is funny.
It's like a whole country has a speech impediment.
And the sad thing, or the funny thing, I guess, is that he really thinks he's like
God's greatest
cluing
gift.
in on things. Like the I'm Not Gay song, he thought he was really like
on the pulse
doing something, but he was like, but I can't sing about that, and I don't want people to think that
I'm not gay.
I love that. Who was it where he was like, that's allowed now? When they were like it was one of the other rappers or something, because they were confused why he released a song like that.
I think it was a woman, was it not? No, it wasn't.
But they were like, I didn't get it, because like that's allowed now.
Right.
Like, what are they like?
The Silence of the Lambs part with his dick's in between his legs. He's like, it's there. Why don't you just open your legs?
I want to show it to you, but I can't show it to you.
It's a quandary. Yeah, that's funny.
We're gonna post my dick pic on Twitter.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
I actually like the first Connor for Real song, the one with Adam Levine. I actually like when the movie first came out. That song.
How old is this movie, Steve?
We'll get to that.
I don't care.
Patience.
Like I said, I didn't know it even fucking existed. So,
But that song, they like released that song on the radio as like a marketing for the movie, as though it was a real song, and I downloaded it after, because I thought it was like
it's not bad.
And they don't show the whole song in the whole song that they actually made that you can go and listen to on Spotify and shit. They don't show you the whole song. There's some funny lines in that fucking song.
I mean, Lonely Island has made some banger songs, even though they're supposed to be funny. They're still really good. I mean, I Just Had Sex, or I'm on a Boat, Dick
in a Box with JT.
Dick in the Box to me was
Mother
more.
Lover.
Those were more SNL skits, where like Lonely Island, I'm thinking of like Jack Sparrow song with Michael Bolton, the Jack Sparrow song. It's so good.
The Michael Bolton one's phenomenal.
Yeah,
it's so good.
What's the
Jizzed in My Pants.
Jizzed in my pants. Imagine being able to make that's like.
Imagine making those songs and then becoming so popular.
What's the one they did one about Space Olympics or something?
Yeah,
I can't remember now
what are the big
helicopter dick?
What are the big
helicopter
spoof ones? You have Weird Al, right? The original guy. You got Lonely Island Boys. What is the
Weird
two
Al
guys?
is in this,
what are the two guys that do the acoustic stuff?
Fly to the Conchords.
Fly to the Conchords is great.
Love them. The
It's
most
phenomenal.
beautiful girl in the.
I mean, Tenacious D in reality, if you want to think about it, is
100%. I can't
but they're
believe
just so
that
good
out.
at it.
One of my
fucking quality.
Oh,
even the Fly to the Conchords, the show when they did the show too, that the songs like they went together like. The show was even just so it's so dry because
what's that one you used to show me? Was
Stephen Lynch.
Stephen Lynch. That's
love
what it is.
Stephen Lynch.
He's my guy. I've seen him three times, and I almost pissed myself laughing a lot.
Dick.
Like a lot.
Whiskey Dick's one of my favorites that he has, and they sound good. You know what I mean? Like
he was the wedding singer on Broadway.
I know. Yeah. But like they sound good. They've got the harmonies on stage and everything. Like they actually sound like if they weren't saying stupid shit.
They sound angelic.
They're quality songs. Oh, yeah. You know
my favorite comedy CD musically is The Craig Machine by Stephen Lynch. If you haven't heard that, definitely fucking listen to it.
The Craig Machine?
The Craig Machine.
I actually
talking about Jesus' brother Craig.
On New Year's Eve.
Craig Christ.
On the way to dinner, Stephen Lynch's song, the Love is like, and he's comparing it to all these terrible things. That song came on, and I just thought that was fucking.
Never. The damn band, right?
Yeah.
What's funny is I just randomly watched Starsky and Hutch again the other day, which no one remembers they made that movie.
It's funny.
It was literally like Old School came out, Dodgeball, all these movies, and they're like, hey, let's make a Starsky and Hutch again.
Dude, when he accidentally does the coke and he's watching him play guitar and he's like crying.
So good.
But the part I'm getting to is at the bat mitzvah.
Oh, yeah.
They have the Dan band there. And
how many movies have they been?
It's just Old School in that. There might be another one, but it's not like a bigger movie that they're in. I think they were on a TV show,
There's definitely another.
It's so good.
There's definitely another one because I can picture them.
I think they were on a TV show a lot. And was it like the Drew Carey show or something?
I can picture like another wedding that they were playing at in a movie.
Did he have a Jew fro? That would have been Starsky and Hutch.
No. Because I haven't seen Starsky and Hutch in years.
It's better than I remember it. And I caught it like halfway through.
I can't remember now. Obviously, I remember Old School.
The Hangover. They were in The Hangover.
I almost said The Hangover, but I thought that was wrong.
You put a hole in this table, Tara.
Yeah, because I'm so mad I didn't
I completely
say it.
forgot. You know why?
I almost said that.
You know why? The second and third movie
take you
destroyed
to the candy shop.
The first Hangover for me that I can't never watch it again. Like,
do what?
The second and third Hangover movies destroyed the first one for me so bad that I just don't want to watch it.
I hate the second one as much. I did not like the third one.
They were just the same movie. They didn't need. They could have.
The first one was epic.
The Hangover could have been one of the best comedies of all time
without it being a trilogy.
Right.
We didn't need it to be a film franchise.
If they just kept that one movie, it would be regarded as top, 10 comedy movies ever. But nope.
We fucked up. I love that it just starts that way.
Where's Doug?
There's a few of them in here. The Hangover, Wedding Singer, Dumplin'.
Yeah, they were definitely in The Wedding Singer.
Eugene Reed, Old School, and Wedding Singer. According to this little list.
Starsky and Hutch.
And Starsky and Hutch.
They were in Wedding Singer. They were one of the other bands. Like, it wasn't. Anyways, another one of my favorite movie originals is the...
Oneaters?
That. No, I meant... like songs specifically.
Oh,
but yes, that. But from The Wedding Crasher, when he gets up there and he sings when he's like, I've been listening to The Cure a lot.
Oh, we just used Rock Baby.
Somebody kill me, please.
That is funny.
He's going crazy.
A lot of people, for whatever reason, have like not watched The Wedding Singer. They think it's like Adam Sandler being Billy Madison or
That's
whatever.
a great movie.
It's a great movie. I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, it's got. It's
not as much.
It's got its Happy Gilmore,
sure,
Billy Madison. It's got its moments,
but it's way better than those movies with regards to being an actual movie.
Yeah, like plot wise.
Yes,
yeah.
He's the GOAT. Sandler's the GOAT.
So
like, how can you be that fucking careless
so
chill,
yeah,
and have such a dumb character
all the time?
I just saw
build it into this super franchise.
I just saw he
Perfect
was
Storm,
on.
Maybe I don't know.
I guess I don't remember why it was. Maybe the movie that his daughter was the main character on Netflix.
You're not invited. You're so not invited.
You're so not invited to my bar mitzvah.
No.
Bat mitzvah.
Bar mitzvah? No, it's not bar mitzvah because she's turning 16, right? Do women do that too? Yeah, sure.
It is.
Yeah,
they
You're right,
do.
You're right.
It's bat mitzvah and bar mitzvah. They're one's for girls, one for guys. But I think maybe he was doing a junket for that. I don't remember why he was on, but he was on the Jennifer Hudson talk show. And I saw a clip. I saw a clip from it, and she's talking to him about how now his style is a trend, where it's the Adam Sandler like look.
Sure.
And she was showing him pictures of like girls and
Billy,
guys on TikTok. Yeah. Where it's
Eilish
essentially the same thing, where it's oversized T-shirts and gym shorts and everything. And she was showing
what
pictures of
him
on the street, and then a picture of like people online, and then him on the street, and one of the pictures she showed of him on the street, he was like, "Hey, I'm wearing that shirt right now." It was just
funny.
It's like he just puts on whatever and just he doesn't matter if it's an interview, it doesn't matter if it's a red carpet. He just is like, "This is what I want to wear. I don't give a shit."
I can do whatever I want.
Do you think his wife ever even tried to fight that battle?
Probably.
And then
he
she was
went,
just like,
what are you going to do? I'm Adam Sandler.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
I also love that his wife and kids have been in like
a lot of them.
A lot of their movies.
I didn't realize she was so soon. Like she's been in a long time.
Yeah.
The one thing I wanted to say was I was watching Airheads. I had a random day the other day that I was just watching random movies, and it's funny seeing Adam Sandler playing like third billing in a movie and then knowing where he goes, right?
Did we didn't do Airheads on this, did we?
Airheads has been reviewed.
But not
it was
recently?
one of the first episodes.
Because I watched
think it was like
just recently,
I
too.
think I was there for that. I don't know if it was first.
It must have
Unless
been
it was guest star,
It must have
maybe.
been featured on something recently because I watched it recently, too.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I remember I
think
was
it
thinking
was
the same thing. I was like, this is just not, it's just, he's not Adam Sandler in this. Like, around as far as the other movies that he was in at that time.
He was Adam Sandler.
But
in
you
that
know
movie.
what I mean?
He does all that shit.
He popped out with that, what is it, Uncut Gems, was a really good movie, and then he did
Amazing,
that
yeah.
basketball one, which was phenomenal.
Yeah, my mom keeps telling me to watch
that was a great
I
movie.
haven't watched the basketball one.
Basketball Jones.
I've always been a Sandler. He had a stand-up in D.C. the night of my birthday, like on my actual birthday, and I was so tempted to try to go to it, but I was like, no.
So we did Airheads.
He's a comedy singer. He's a comedy singer.
We did Airheads episode 8. I don't think you were on that one, Walter.
I could swear maybe it was a different one.
No, because the first episode you were ever
High
on
Fidelity or something like that
was fucking. Why is it killing me? Bruce Campbell.
Oh, Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness.
It was my choice.
Yeah, that was the first movie you were on. And that was episode 38. That's when you joined us. Girls. Yeah, Mean Girls, and that was probably like 50-something.
Mine was Mean Girls, and then you had me back for American Pie.
Okay, I remember
And then
that.
I started coming.
I'm surprised we didn't do more than one American Pie. We'll get there.
Yeah, knowing you guys.
We'll get there.
You guys, the 90s
American Pie was
comedies.
episode 64. Mean Girls was 47.
I almost said 46. That would have been funny. I need to just start saying things. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Look, I'm telling you.
Just let it out.
You miss all the opportunities you don't take. Unless you miss all the time that
I miss all the times I could be right by not.
True.
Just be okay being wrong. That's all it takes.
I think that's the problem.
So Popstar, where to watch Popstar. If you have a subscription to Hulu
Fucking
Premium.
Joe Cusack, too. Just like...
What about that baby drum solo, Steve?
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Anyways, if you have a subscription to Hulu Premium, which I believe is like Showtime, you can watch it, and then you got to pay for it if you want to watch it anywhere else. Amazon, YouTube, Philo, Google Play, Apple TV, Redbox, and Vudu. A lot of places, pretty much everywhere.
I don't know what the fuck Hulu subscription I have, but I watched it on Hulu. So
oh, maybe it's just on Hulu.
I don't know what I have,
Disney.
but
I got it through Disney, and it's just your standard.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, Disney Plus right now. You can get bundle deals
with Hulu. Oh, yeah, because you can get on Disney now because they're eventually changing Hulu, ESPN, and Disney into one app. So it's going to be
good.
Disney Hulu, PN.
Dulu.
Dulu PN. Plus. Fucking stupid. Anyways, written by Andy Samberg, Akiva Schaffer, and Jorma Taccone, or as we know them, The Lonely Island. Directed by Akiva Schaffer and Jorma Taccone. I think that's how you say it. Jorma.
Jorma?
Jorma?
No idea.
Whatever. It's rated R for some graphic nudity. Don't know where that was. Yeah. Language throughout, sexual content, and drug use. I didn't get the whole point of him having this giant weed compound.
There's a lot of pointless things in here.
Okay. I think it was more.
But yes,
it was a joke.
I think it was more they had been showing scenes of him on his farm through the whole movie, and through the whole movie you're thinking he's just out there wasting his time,
right.
And then they're like, holy shit, dude.
That's a lot of weed.
Like, you have a whole ass, and so basically at that point he's rich. I mean, you have
and some frog jizz.
So that's what.
Was it frog jizz?
I think that was the point. Is
what
to show.
What does Gene say, Tara? It said jizz something.
No, it was.
There's exit only.
Yeah,
but on
another
the front
one
it said jizz something.
Because they were white boy jeans.
Like a jizz machine or something.
Yeah. Hilarious.
White boy.
Again, there's some funny things. There's definitely some funny things here. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I was just waiting for it to end.
Ugh.
I almost left early. I'm glad I stuck around.
I'm bummed. I thought you guys would really be into this one. I really did.
I think this is fading
Especially
comedy.
You
I
being
think
in the Lonely Island like that.
I think this kind of comedy is fading from my thing. I don't know why, but
I think that's me too, because every time I have the Lonely Island on like my playlist on Spotify, I just click next every song that comes up. I'm like,
it's also Machine Gun Fire too. But what was the last movie we did?
Like on here, like last week.
Yeah. What was it? Hot Tub Time Machine.
That's rapid fire, but it's good writing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you put it side by side, there's a big difference between the two.
Well, they're definitely different.
Well, they're going for the stupidity,
Will Ferrell movement.
Yeah,
is what I call it.
What's funny is Anchorman. The first time I saw that,
yeah,
I checked out. I stopped watching it. I was like, "This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen." And then
once you watch it with your friends, it's game changing.
I watched it with my friends first. That was the weird part. We're like, "This sucks."
Were they good friends?
Yeah, at the time, yeah.
Were they really good friends?
They weren't Walter good friend.
Yeah, you're goddamn right.
One of them, yeah. Anyways,
go ahead.
It was just one of those things. I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. But then I watched it again and then again. And I was like, all right, this is funny. So I don't think this movie would have that same effect. I would watch it again, but not something that I'm like hurrying back to, if that makes sense. So, starring Andy Samberg as Connor, Kid Connor for real. Jorma Taccone as Owen, Kid Contact. Akiva Schaffer as Lawrence, Kid Brain. Sarah Silverman as Paula. Tim Meadows as Harry. Maya Rudolph as Deborah. Joan Cusack.
No, Deborah.
What? Oh, my God. It's Deborah. Where's that from?
I think Deborah.
Joan Cusack is Tilly.
God damn it.
What is it? Oh, you hard-armed it.
Imogen.
She's like, yes, Mike.
Imogen, is it Poots?
Imogen Poots.
Poots. As Ashley, and Chris Redd as Hunter the Hungry.
I'm sitting right here.
The fuck?
I know they were making him like annoying, the rapper guy. I didn't, but did I?
But I could have.
When he was on SNL, like I hated every time that dude was in a scene, and it was a lot. Like now, I don't know if you guys have been watching SNL at all ever.
I'll see clips on Instagram, but don't like.
That's secondhand anxiety this movie gave me, or secondhand embarrassment. This movie did that a lot for me too. So maybe that's
because he's so stupid.
He's just so fucking dumb. Not only that rapper guy's also so fucking dumb.
When he's looking at like the reviews, when he's like, I don't usually look, and then he.
Oh, this one
like,
is from The Onion.
Out of 4 stars, they gave it the shit emoji.
Yeah, Rolling Stone.
That which has got to be a mistake, and then he's like, no, based on what they wrote.
Yeah, that shit drives me nuts.
So mixed reviews.
Because then he reads The Onion, which is satire. So it's just like, oh my God.
He doesn't know what that is.
And that's Maximus, funny. Man. Like, poor Maximus.
Just throwing up.
But he's trying to get out of his house at the gate and they're blocking him. He's like, I need to save my turtle.
They don't care. I don't think there would be that many paparazzi there at that point in time, right? Like he's going downhill. Nobody cares about him.
Oh, are you kidding?
I think that's when paparazzi, even if you're like,
oh, I got it.
How would we have seen all of Britney's
you want to see that
turmoil?
Demise.
They love train wrecks. Are you kidding?
You're right. I take it back.
Anytime that you can get a photo of someone failing that's famous.
You're right.
Whether currently or previously famous.
Very true. Runtime on this guy, 87 minutes. I'm good with that.
Yeah. Didn't need any more.
Didn't need maybe a little less.
It's plenty.
I feel like they had to pad this out even to 87 minutes.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Another deep question.
Okay.
So I know what episodic, I see you have episodes of things.
Okay.
And that is just storytelling. That's defined by storytelling, not a time frame.
Not necessarily. You can have an episodic television show that doesn't have an overarching story.
Sure. Well, episodes. The initial question was going to be, when does a movie? So you have movie shorts. When does a movie? Is it defined by time?
How long a movie is?
Yeah.
So like, if you can't have a movie that's 45 minutes, that would be a short film.
So where's the
line? Probably after like an hour 15, I would say.
So you think you have a movie that's like it exists at maybe like 70 minutes, 75 minutes?
That's still a movie.
It's not a movie.
Probably.
Is it a short movie? That's still probably a movie.
But if you think about movies from like when we were little, like especially the cartoons and stuff, like a lot of those movies were actually really short if you watch them again.
Well,
the Grinch, the cartoon, The Grinch is short as fuck.
Depending on when it came out, it could only
Christmas
was also defined by the type of film it was put on. There was only so much time allotted to something because of how big the reels are.
Is what I'm saying.
Right, but if you go back then, most of those movies were like 90 minutes because that's all they could shoot for, right? Or that's all that would fit on the reel that they're sending to the movie theaters. Obviously, now it's changed. But I don't know, you have some like Netflix shows where some of the episodes are like hour and a half.
Or even like the Black Mirror episodes. You could have one episode that was like 45 minutes and then you have another one that was an hour 15.
Look at the last season of Stranger Things. The last 2 episodes were like a movie each.
Movies each.
There ain't no rules, dog.
There ain't no rules.
There ain't no rules.
Okay.
So the first thing I read, it said 40 minutes or less, including all credits. But
Well,
it's
you
not
got
by,
so think about
that's
this.
from the Oscars.
If I went to a movie and I paid to go see a full length movie and it's 45 minutes, I'd be pissed off.
Sure, that makes sense.
I'd be like, this is something
That's a
I can
valid point
watch
too.
at fucking home.
And then
why wouldn't it be cheaper?
Indeed. It says might be up to an hour long, and at the bottom it says Hollywood doesn't have specific rules about long or short.
I get why the awards
short
would
film
have
should be about
specific rules though, because you wouldn't want anybody to
Yeah.
apply for their movie to be in a specific category just because they thought it would have a better chance.
Oscars are 40 minutes.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, well, they're also giving awards, so you have to have a certain
You have to have a
criteria.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So short film versus feature length. What is feature length? I guess that's the question.
You know that I didn't know for a long time that for like when people are like nominated or shows are nominated that you have to you get submitted for those.
Yeah.
I just
and you have to pay for
the
that.
longest time I thought it was like
a dude going, "Hey, that guy's good."
Well,
put him on the ballot.
Boards of these ceremonies going, you know, like kind of looking at everything and going, you know what, this show did well, this movie did well,
Nope.
blah blah blah. But nope, you have to be submitted for those things.
It's also a publicity stunt when you think about it. It's all bought and paid for. It's all whatever. Yeah, there are, depending on which ones you're looking at, it's never gonna be a. Well, obviously, this should win because it's the best, right? No, it's, hey, here's some money.
All right, so dictated by the Screen Actors Guild.
Okay.
So a feature film typically runs between 80 and 180 minutes.
Okay.
180 minutes, that's a long fucking time. Was that 3 hours?
Yeah. So there's long, what would be over 180 minutes? Is it a designation to full feature length? Over feature length?
Yeah, okay, so it defines as 80 minutes, whereas the Academy defines features as a minimum of 40 minutes.
Okay.
So it all depends on where you're going.
That's like the same type of...
Yeah. I'm going to look up if there's anything longer than a feature film.
Okay, please do.
I'm here to do research.
I'd like to know.
It's called a documentary.
I'll never watch it, but I'd like to know.
Or a series. Depends, yeah. Now I'm curious myself.
This is where I ask all the legit questions.
The important questions here on the decision reel. You need to know. I need to know. Who doesn't need to know? Tara, do you need to know?
Is this a Parent Trap?
Yes. Did you just Parent Trap me?
Also good.
I love how he explains it and he's like saying it like it's like he's doing it all secretly, and then that's the first thing Connor says to him. He's like,
"Are you trying to Parent Trap me?"
The dumbest person in the movie figuring
Picked
that
up
out.
on that.
Right.
Yeah.
I watched this movie with these 2 redheads where they trap their parents into getting into a room together and falling back in love. So what I need to do is that was funny. I'll give it that. And it worked. Or did it?
I mean, it got them in
a limo
car together, but it didn't fix anything.
See, this is what I do it all for right here. The dick.
Oh, this is good. Okay,
okay, let's hear it.
You read it.
Oh, God damn.
Well, you got the best.
Yeah,
you got the best read.
You got the best dictation.
Where am I reading it from?
Just start at the top. This is all very important. So this whole section right here. Yeah, get it, Tara.
According to the AMPAS, whatever that is, AFI or BFI, any film longer than 40 minutes is a feature. Some arts societies, guilds, awards, and festivals have slightly different minimum times to qualify as a feature, which is often 7 to 80 minutes long. A 90-minute documentary is a feature film. An 80-minute concert film is a feature film. Andy Warhol's 8-hour experimental empire is a feature film. A 39-minute period costume drama is not a feature film. So a non-feature film,
which falls underneath the 40-minute cutoff,
would be
of some
any
places.
film with a runtime of less than this. So short films, ads, trailers.
Imagine watching an 8-hour film.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
I would never.
I would.
Often the term theatrical film, feature film, is used to differentiate content originating specifically for cinema audiences, for programming originating for other mediums.
Cool. Now we know. This is definitely a feature film.
Yes.
by most definitions.
If you didn't know.
Along with everything else we've done.
Never Stop, Never Stopping is a feature film.
A documentary. What's a spoof documentary called? A mockumentary?
Or a concert film.
Concert film. Well,
because that was on there too.
Okay.
Yeah.
This mockumentary was released on June 3rd, 2016.
Oh, okay.
Newer than you thought.
No, not necessarily.
No. Oh.
I think that's the era of shit I just don't. I mean, very few movies grasp your interest from 15 to current.
I bet if you had watched it back then, you might have, because that was also in more of the Lonely Island prime. You know what I mean?
I bet you this top 10 begs to differ with what you just said.
What are you talking about?
You said there's not a lot of movies you're paying attention to that came out during this era.
Okay. Well, yeah, okay. Go ahead, read them off. We'll get into it.
Number 10. We just recently reviewed this movie.
Before you say what it is.
We're going to do a feature that I still need to make like a little button here to like...
These are both
the TV and movie trivia time. We haven't done this in like 17 years.
Both of these questions are shit simple.
Shit simple. Here we go.
So easy.
I'm going to write it on the tablet.
Okay. How many dragons did Daenerys Targaryen originally have in the TV series Game of Thrones?
Is it 3 or 5? Oh, sorry. Whatever.
Look, I wrote it down. Yeah.
Shit simple. The next one's even
simpler.
Yeah. Who played the genie in the 1992 film of Aladdin?
I don't know. Was
the
is
myth,
it
legend?
Robin something?
Mm-hmm.
The legend himself.
That's probably the easiest
Robin,
card
like a Williamson.
any of us have ever pulled.
That was probably one of the easier ones.
I got one. What's his daughter's name?
Serena Williams.
What is your favorite video game?
Metal Gear Solid.
Nintendo.
Zelda.
Yeah.
Nice. I did know that. Somewhere
Paul
in the
Walker's
back.
daughter's name is Meadow.
That's nice. So back to what I was saying. Top 10. Jesus Christ. Or Apple.
Oh, God.
Top 10 that week. Number 10, we have just recently reviewed this movie, The Nice Guys.
Okay. I like that movie. I like that movie.
Number 9, The Jungle Book.
Oh, the live action. I actually liked the live action.
It wasn't bad?
Jungle Book.
Wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad?
I cried.
Oh. Number 8,
I'll get her.
Popstar, Never Stop, Never Stopping.
Hey.
Number 7.
Was this? So it was in theaters.
Yes.
For some reason, I'm still like...
Did this even come out?
Yeah.
Made the top 10 even.
Number 7, Neighbors 2, Sorority Row.
Not.
Is this the one with Efron's brother? Or no,
with Zac Efron, Seth Rogen.
Yeah, but it has what's his face?
Dave
Franco.
Franco.
Yeah.
Franco.
And then the chick from Kick-Ass is in it in this one.
Yeah.
And they're going up against
the
her.
first one
Still
is
kind of
so
funny.
Better.
Yeah,
funny.
It's like The Hangover. They did the same thing again.
And I love Rose Byrne.
She is great.
She's a gem.
And get him to the Greek. Hilarious.
You guys do Uncut Gems?
I haven't watched it. I have not watched it.
It's fucking hilarious. It is great.
I thought it's like...
It's hilarious? I thought it was meant to be serious.
Or not, sorry, no, not Uncut Gems. The
Righteous Gemstones.
Righteous Gemstones,
Oh,
sorry.
no.
See, Steve's got fucking, like,
he
lives in there.
I'm there.
I do like Adam
Sandler?
Devine.
Adam
No.
Devine.
Yeah.
Devine?
He's
Devine.
hilarious.
Is it Devine or Divine?
I don't know. Call him. He'll tell you.
Okay.
Number 6, Captain America Civil War.
Big one.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6. This must be well into its
Well, you got to think
premiere.
this is June 3rd.
That's what I'm saying. It's got to be. If it's down at number 6, it's been out for a bit.
That's a big one.
Probably came out. I think I came out like
We're watching that. Funny. That's the one we were watching last night.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
Number 5, the Angry Birds movie.
Kind of liked it. Not gonna lie.
All right. That's fine.
I got kids.
Yeah.
So.
I got kids. Number 4, Alice Through the Looking Glass. Okay.
Nope.
Just
No.
It's the Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure. Number 3, top 3, no particular order.
Sure.
You got to guess them.
Right.
X-Men Apocalypse.
Okay.
Me Before You.
Mm.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows.
Me Before You is in the top 3 of this.
Yes.
You know who's in that?
No.
Emilia Clarke. You know who Emilia Clarke is?
She's from...
Daenerys Targaryen.
Yeah, look at that.
Targaryen.
Targaryen. What the fuck?
Okay, so I don't believe in coincidences that much, and I had one last night, and I'm trying to remember it. I was watching an episode of Home Improvement, and oh, fuck, what happened in it? Something happened in it where something happened the same day, and it was like a weird coincidence. Oh, last night was the Rose Bowl football game.
Oh, okay.
College football, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
That only happens once a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In the episode, what?
Were they watching it?
No, in the episode, Tim Taylor says something on Tool Time about how it's not like your Rose Bowls or this or that. This is bigger than that. And I'm like, there's no fucking way.
Do you ever get like I'm in a Truman Show?
Yes,
You ever
all
get
the
that?
time.
You guys ever get that feeling?
So that's why I'm saying there's no type of coincidence, right?
Yeah. It's like it's too scripted to not be.
Exactly.
I swear I have things like that happen.
Does that make us
a
all
lot.
conceited?
Write them down. Every time from now on, write down when it happens, the date and when, and I'm going to try to see if it's your brain tricking you. Because you know what?
You're gonna read the newspaper, and I had drowned because I tried to make it to the end of whatever this big fucking thing is over top of our dome that's over top of us.
Wally has died. Mysteriously. In reality, you were choked out.
Yeah. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
What a great movie. So, yeah, top 3. Well, actually, before that, what I wanted to say is, what's that when you see something that you've seen before?
Deja vu.
Deja vu is just your brain telling you that you did.
You've told me about this multiple times.
It's not the fact that
Steve
it's
thinks
happened.
he's conquered deja vu and the idea of
in the moment, your brain's tricking you to go, I've seen this before, I know what's about to happen. But in reality, your brain is deceiving you. It's fucking wild to think about.
But I have the coincidence stuff happen a lot more than I have deja vu. But there was one, I wish I could remember it now, because there was one recently where I was like tripping out about, like it was so weird, like how this had happened, and I wish I could remember it now. And Carrick was like,
I just made this up, but I think the deja vu. I know, I've just made this up in my head right now.
Okay.
I think these deja vu things are our Nexus events.
Nexus?
Like the big things that are gonna happen.
Yeah, they're like yeah. Even though they might be minute, but they're like, I think they're the big things that happen. That
defining moments where where something happens and it
branches off.
You're going Loki on me. So big decisions, right? So like,
look at Steve's face. Ooh. Do the baby lip sound. Terrible. I do this.
Okay. So, yeah, Nexus events, what you're saying, like when you make a decision and your life can change dramatically, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Those happen. But they could be small, they could be big. Like,
you guys have deja vu moments about insignificant things?
Like, hey,
that's a question.
Say that again.
Do you have deja vu moments about insignificant things, like highly insignificant things?
Yeah, most of mine are actually.
Yeah, and
mine are not at all.
You got big ones.
Yeah, like big events. Like right as they're happening, I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
This happened before. I made this decision.
No, most of mine are actually conversations.
I can't
I think
prove
I've
it,
had that. Like I feel like we've had this conversation before.
But I've had moments where I walk in to meet people for the first time, and I could swear I've had that experience.
There's only one way to prove it. If you spit their name out before they even
David, and they're like, no, it's Jacob,
right? Oh, you look like a David.
See, that's what we're talking about earlier. You have to take
just take it. Just
you
go.
have to take the opportunity. Yeah, you'll get it right eventually, and then you're gonna blow someone's mind.
Yeah, the day you do it, like
Davids,
if it was a job interview and they do it, and they're like, and you're like, I just felt like
I felt your energy.
This was,
now think about it. Suits are kind of fucking weird. we should go to an interview
and just have bow ties.
Just bow ties. Cincinnati
we're here
bow
to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Are you saying pan?
The pan dilemma.
Pan
with a D?
All right, top 3. What do we think it is in order? Tara first, since it's her pick.
Okay.
You got X-Men Apocalypse. You got Me Before You.
Someone remind me which one that is.
That's one of the last ones.
Because I feel like I've seen them, but I feel like I don't remember what they all.
That's the one with the blue guy, Apocalypse.
Yeah, it's the Phoenix story.
Yeah. Well, the start of it.
Yeah.
The blue guy.
Okay, so it's the newest one where they started to go back into the future. So there was like the Days of Future Past. There was First Class. There was all that.
I saw
First
Class.
One
I know that
was back in now in the present time, but future time, and it had Olivia Munn in it as Cyclops. The fuck's her name?
Rogue?
No.
I'm trying to think who the characters were.
It starts with, it's like a PH. I can't remember the actual site.
I'll look it up.
Fuck, why can't I think of this? Anyways.
Because I have no idea what you're talking.
I don't think I've seen it.
The guy who played Poe in Star Wars is the bad guy. He's blue. He's like Egyptian. What the fuck's his name too?
Maybe I do remember that.
It's not a memorable X-Men movie, but it was a big release when it came out. The girl from Game of Thrones is in it.
All the new X-Men characters. It had all the newer younger guys.
As Jean Grey.
Sophie Turner.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. I remember that she was in it, and like I remember the other ones too, with like J-Law playing Mystique and stuff. Like I saw some of the ones where it's the before time.
Yeah.
But I don't think I saw that one. So I'll try to guess
Teenage
based on
Mutant Ninja Turtles, X-Men.
Psylocke. Psylocke. How do you say that?
Cyclops?
You looked it up and you still can't.
How do you say that name? How do you say that word? Olivia Munn.
Psylocke.
Yeah.
That felt pretty
Yeah, no
self-explanatory.
fucking idea.
Honestly. The Turtles, that was the Megan Fox one?
Yeah, the first Megan Fox one, Out of the Shadows.
There's been more than one Megan Fox one?
There was two.
I'm going Turtles, X-Men, and then whatever the fuck.
Oscar Isaac is who I was trying to think of. Who's the bad guy?
But
yeah, you take too long.
Fine.
Sorry.
James McAvoy.
I can't hold it in. You guys fucking know that. I can't fucking do it.
She said.
That's the cover of it.
I was too busy sassing you.
He's the blue. Oscar Isaac is the big blue bad guy in the background. Apocalypse.
No, I don't think. I don't know. I know I've seen at least one of the. I know I saw First Class, where that cast was first in it. Yep. But I don't know that I saw any of them.
This was like the third
that.
one of that.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that. And I'm not going to probably.
But. Yeah.
Okay, what did you say?
It came in.
I'm not telling you.
You had to say Steve wasn't listening either.
We can review the tape, and I'll just be honest.
I'll just be honest. Wally doesn't remember what he said. That's why he's just like.
I think I do, because I did all the math in my head, so I think I remember.
I think you said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1, and then Apocalypse 2, and then Me Before You 3 is what I think you said.
Nailed it.
What do you think it is?
I don't know.
Well, that's not how the show works.
I don't think Me Before You was big enough to.
It was in the top 3.
Be above either of those, because it is more of a chick flick. It's more of a rom-com.
I don't even know what the fuck it is.
It's where she starts working for the paraplegic. He's in a wheelchair, and she starts working for him as
starts
like his.
Falling in love with him.
Yeah, but spoiler, you end up finding out at some point that he's already made. Yeah. That he's already made an appointment
with death
to go to Switzerland or whatever.
Does his wiener work?
I don't know.
Wait, he's a No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It shouldn't.
He's got the pump.
You can have your legs gone, but your peen still.
He couldn't really use his arms.
Depending on where it's
at. He couldn't use his arms fully either. Like his.
I'm not a doctor.
But he had already, before she started working for him, he had already made an appointment to go to Sweden or Switzerland or wherever it is that you can do medical suicide.
Euthanasia.
Because he was,
I always thought that meant youth in Asia.
No.
And I was like, what are they doing over there? That they're killing these young kids are killing people?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
In some places.
When I was a child, I was like, euthanasia, okay.
But they, so he's already made that decision, because before he became a paraplegic, he was a super thrill-seeking, adventurous, like surfing, cliff diving, rock climbing, So then once this happened,
he's like, I'm dead.
He was like, my life does not. And she tries to talk. Once she finds out, because she has already had feelings for him, she tries to stop him. She gets mad at him that he's making this choice. What I like about the movie is he doesn't change his mind.
Good.
Like he doesn't just like
deuces.
Because he's like, you don't understand. Like, yeah, I love you, but
I'm done.
My life is not my life anymore, and I just can't.
I know we're trying to get through this.
I need this.
This is good. This is good. So I typed in, hold on, let me read it verbatim. Does a paraplegic's
penis work?
Dick still work?
Yep.
So that's what I have. The first thing that pops up, like the first definition, after a brain or spinal cord injury, you may still have spontaneous erections, even with complete spinal cord injury and spinal cord syndromes.
So basically, your dick has now got a mind of its own.
Yeah, it's a trooper.
And it's like, hey, it's working. Let's go.
It's a trooper. Yeah. So does that mean you can mentally be aroused?
I'm assuming it's probably per case, right?
Sure.
So depending on how severe your spinal cord.
So you have feeling up here, like say you have feeling in your face, and someone tickles your ear, mow, boner,
maybe,
right?
But to me, that's not spontaneous. If they're saying a spontaneous erection, I'm thinking it's saying nothing triggered it. It's like it's more of a nerve.
But like when you're 8 years old walking around and you just
basic math here. Yeah. I'm just doing basic math.
That's random. What?
Yeah, I'm saying I'm just doing basic math.
One a day. Just
so
popping
you can't feel your dick.
So you don't even know
it's still horny.
I don't think it's horny. I think it's just pumping blood.
Your dick doesn't have anything to do with you being horny.
What are you talking about?
It's the other way
around.
I know
you're a chick and all, but
no. What I'm saying is it's the other way around. Like being horny causes the erection, not the other way around.
That's not true.
No. What she's trying to say is blood flow to the penile region causes an erection.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is your brain is like in the mood.
Maybe not.
But you can't feel your stuff.
Yeah, but
it still goes by itself.
But why? But you don't need to be able to feel your stuff to get horny. Is what I'm saying.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We're saying the same thing.
No, you said I was wrong.
So here's another question.
I just said you didn't know.
Here's another question then. If you can't feel it and a woman gets on it, are you getting anywhere?
Well, yes, because you would still be, even if you can't feel it, you should still be turned on by.
What if you're not even looking?
When you're watching porn, you can't feel it, but you're turned on.
I've never just watching.
But because you have to touch it and stuff.
You got to touch it.
We need to have
I see what you're saying.
A paraplegic.
You meant the finishing part. I thought you meant the
where
to
I
keep
ask
it going
the most important questions.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This show is deep.
Yeah. God damn it. Anyways.
Long and rigid questions on this show. But the question still on the hard surface table here is, Tara, in what order did these movies release?
I just don't care.
Not release.
I don't blame her.
This is not a good grouping of movies.
What do you think number one was? Horny teenage boys.
Man.
What did they go see?
Yeah, I guess Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right, okay, done.
That was the first one, so that's what I would have. I mean,
they're going to see Megan Fox being April O'Neil.
So that's the one that I would have said.
So yeah, it is number one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. Number two, X-Men Apocalypse. And number three, Me Before the Guy in the Wheelchair. And then I'm going to murder myself because I don't want to be in this chair anymore because I can't get an erection.
Come on, guy.
Brother,
I could be part of it.
You just having a game talk with yourself, like, come on. we got this, buddy. Just you and me. Yes, don't look away. Keep eye contact.
Keep one eye on each other. That's funny. Budget time. What do we think it costs to make Popstar Never Stop, Never Stopping?
I would bet a lot of these featured people did not get paid for this.
Yeah, you said
they probably
were
like, yeah, I'll do it.
There's no way. There's no way because the movie would be $1,000 million.
I'm gonna say
1,000 million.
25 million.
25. He worked it. He worked it out. He worked it out.
Million.
That's what I was gonna say. I'll
say that every time I say something.
I'm sorry that we're getting good at this and we're on the same page a lot of time. Well, then I'm gonna say 25. I'm gonna say 22.
22. I guessed $30 million. Look at us all around the same.
It keeps happening.
Actual budget, $20 million.
Definitely called in some friends.
She just Price is Righted you.
It's okay.
That's okay. He did it last week.
I was going lower in my head as
I almost said 18.
Yeah.
If you would have gave me another 3 seconds, I would have been probably.
Well, you got to think the scenes in which they're on stage is honestly it's set up one time and you're filming all that, right? Who's to say they didn't just go to somebody who already had a stage set up like that? I was actually going to
say that. Like if they maybe like someone had a concert in that area or an award show or even
right.
Or whatever,
hey, we're just going to use your shit afterwards. Leave it up for another whatever. Here's $500,000.
I mean, some of those clearly like they did look like they were different venues because some were smaller.
Sure,
but I think at least those bigger ones, why not? That could have been an actual award ceremony,
right? And they just filmed afterwards, and that's why everybody was there already. And they just sat them down afterwards in different rooms.
Or those people weren't there, and they were just showing clips from other award ceremonies. But.
Well, the clips and whether in the crowd, probably that's from an award ceremony. That was like NBC or something, and they just already had it because guess what?
Clips.
NBC, right? So box office. What do we think it made in its box office run?
Same amount,
$25 million.
It was eighth.
It was eighth when it.
I don't think it made anything. I don't think if it did, it was probably not much.
Okay.
I'll go 32.
32.
We can just give it a little bit of credit.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Sure,
I don't really know how to gauge this shit.
Let's say 18.
18. She's going low. I guess
18 is sticking in my head for some reason. So I just.
The only reason I went higher is because earlier you said this is like heyday shit for this.
It was. I mean, it was.
It would be heyday for Andy Samberg. I mean, I would think. Well,
it was after his heyday. Well, a little after his heyday.
You got to think he was on SNL. I think he stopped like early 2010s.
When Brooklyn Nine-Nine was around that
2009, yeah.
Because Brooklyn Nine-Nine ended 2 years ago.
Something like that.
And it had 8 seasons or something. So.
Something. Andy Samberg SNL run. Not Running Man shit. Here we go. Andy Samberg, 2005 to 2012.
It was before he was up. I mean,
before he was done, yeah. So I guess 65 million. I thought that this was a kind of a big release for him, and like I thought people would go see this, and it was funny because I remember seeing the trailers for it. I remember people talking about it. I remember people, making jokes from it. Kind of. I think I remember. The thing that you were talking about, the actual music video, or not the music video, but the song that was released, I remember hearing that. I know they did stuff on SNL, and I remember seeing stuff. So, opening weekend, it made $4.6 million. Overall, it made, are you ready for this? $9.7 million.
Damn. Oh. I mean, not that they needed it, I guess. So I don't think they were making it to make bank, but...
Ooh.
Of this production, this feels like what other movies have we run into that were in the negative, right? But had this kind of production.
Yeah.
So Hot Rod budget was 25 and it made 14.4.
That also is DVD haven.
Very true.
So that made a fuck ton of movie. This is on transition because I was going to ask you guys if this was a Netflix release or something like that.
It feels like it, right?
Yeah.
Or like an early something else type of movie. I just don't think Andy Samberg's a box office draw. TV, sure. But I mean, let's look at any other movie that he's been in that's been big. So we got Hot Rod. No.
That's My Boy with Adam Sandler.
Hold on, we're not there yet.
I was just trying to remember the
Space Chimps, which nobody fucking knows about. Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, but he was barely in that movie.
I love that movie.
I Love You, Man, but that to me is not... I mean, he's barely in that too, right? He's the gay brother. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Again, he's a side character.
It's a great movie.
Friends with Benefits, side character. What's Your Number? Side character. That's My Boy. Was that even a success, really? Let's look at that. I don't think it was.
I don't actually like that movie.
I love that movie.
Friends with Benefits where he played the gay brother?
No, that was I Love You, Man.
He just said
that was... sorry.
Yeah. So I Love You, Man.
Trying to figure it out in my own brain.
Wow, I Love You, Man.
Friends with Benefits, he was only in it because he was playing her boyfriend.
Is anybody going to pick I Love You, Man?
I thought we didn't.
I might have
sorry. I mean, That's My Boy.
No, never.
Okay, well, the budget of that movie is the same as the box office. How about that? It didn't make any money. Then he was in The Watch, which I kind of like, but he was barely in it.
The Watch with
Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, yeah.
That's funny.
It's funny.
That movie's fucking. Vince Vaughn is gold in that movie
Jonah
too.
Hill's in it, too.
Of all of those people, like he is so good in that movie.
That's the only.
Isn't that the one where that clip is from that people are, where he's like, we're not going to point fingers. You're a problem.
Yes,
you're a problem. Like
Ben Stiller in that movie is the role that I don't like Ben Stiller in, being the everyman. I want him being the over the top guy every time he's on screen.
He was also kind of a bitch in that movie too.
That too, yeah. So, also we got Hotel Transylvania. Again, he's
great movie.
He's the second. I mean, he's not the main guy. It's obviously Adam Sandler and his daughter, but he's big there. Clyde the Chancellor 2, Neighbors. He was in Hotel Transylvania 2, Popstar. Nothing. There's nothing really. Palm Springs, I heard, was really good.
I really liked that movie. That's a Hulu original though, so that wouldn't have been in the theaters.
So that's what I'm saying. There's nothing here that's.
I liked that one.
That's big in the theaters that he's ever kind of been a leading man of.
That's actually, if you haven't watched it, you should watch it.
I've heard it's very good.
You should watch it.
It's on my list, so we'll get there. Tomatometer time, the Rotten Tomatoes score, the right tease. What do we think before Tara can tell me to stop?
Also, real quick, since we're talking about Andy Samberg movies, did you guys see the clip, the trailer that I sent you guys on Instagram? Remember, I was talking a couple weeks ago about how he's got a new movie coming out with Jake Johnson, Nick Miller, the guy who plays Nick Miller, a new girl, and Anna Kendrick.
I deleted all my.
Yeah, he's not even on.
Oh. Yeah,
I barely opened.
Well, not
my
deleted,
Instagram.
but I don't have any of the apps.
If you want me to see it, send it to like the hit or miss page because I'll look at that.
Okay, but it was I had stumbled.
Everybody else, what the fuck is this?
I had stumbled upon the trailer again. I remembered that I told you guys about it, so I went to send it.
Just text it, then I'll see it. Sorry, getting real with life here.
I sent you guys some funny reels on there too. I'll just stop.
I think this movie
put them on the decision reel
thing.
I'll watch it. Yeah, probably. Well, I don't know. Tara seems to like it.
I liked it. Carrick likes it too.
I'm gonna go.
Critics and audience, right?
Yeah, we'll go critics. Oh, I'm gonna go critics. 38.
38.
Audience 42.
Okay.
I'm gonna say critics. It's hard to say because
it's hard to say.
Critics really liked Hot Tub Time Machine, and that surprised me.
I agree.
So, I'm gonna say critics. 58. Audience 67.
67. Okay.
For audience, but 58 for critics.
I guessed 50 for critics, 65 for audience. This one surprised me.
Oh.
Critics 79.
This is what I'm saying. Like, sometimes I just don't know.
Audience 65. Even that's too high for me.
No, to me that's right.
What is critically?
To me that's right. But critics, I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't get it.
What is critically good about this movie? What critic sits down and is like, okay.
Maybe because they were watching it and they were like, wow, yes, this is how these are how these docu-concert series are playing out. These are how some of the stupid shit that's on the radio today. This is how people are making money now. This is how people are living their lives now. Like, so maybe they're just looking at it from a realist, like.
Sure. Off the top of your head, name a movie you think is way better than this. Top of your head, go.
The past, however many we reviewed.
No, we're not doing
past. Oh my God.
Think of a good
past movies we reviewed.
No, not any. No, I'm just saying in general. Name me a movie that you think is way better than this movie, and I'm gonna Google it and tell you what the Rotten Tomatoes score is, critics, to prove that this is fucked up.
Do you just random off the top of the head?
People are on there voting, so it's not like.
I just watched.
Wow.
Oh, what the fuck is that Val Kilmer movie? The fictional characters. It's like Lord of the Rings. It's like one of his first movies. Someone help me here.
Val Kilmer?
Yeah. I want to pick a movie that you guys don't know.
Did you
so that
say
way
it's
this
like
is...
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah. It's one of his first movies.
You're talking like
Val Kilmer.
Willow. It's called Willow.
Oh, jeez.
Willow movie. I forgot he was even in that.
That's why I was like, what?
Sorry, I didn't want to pick something that because I wanted to reach for obvious things.
Okay, Willow. 53% on Rotten Tomatoes. But this movie, 79.
What's something critically acclaimed? And we'll compare and contrast those. Do Captain America. Do Winter Soldier.
Are those critically acclaimed?
We'll go, Winter Soldier is.
Barbie, Oppenheimer.
Well, come on. We know that those are going to be better.
I still haven't seen Barbie. I still got to fucking see Barbie.
It's on there now on something.
I want to go see the new
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Max. -1.
Yeah.
It looks pretty tight.
Either of you watched that new movie Saltburn yet?
No, I don't want to see a dude's dick. I already saw dick today. Okay, I mean this one's kind of hard. 90%. I mean, come on.
That's one of the best ones.
Yeah.
What's that one? What was that?
Winter Soldier.
I guess what we should do is pick another movie that's rated around the same and then use that as a metric.
But how would we know?
Sure, Saltburn has a 71%.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be really good. Okay.
We watched
Dewey
it last
Cox.
Dewey Cox. We already did this and it got terrible.
Hold on, but which movie is a better biopic that's making fun of it?
I see. Something similar to this.
Right. Definitely that movie.
Now, here's the thing. Dewey Cox got a 75.
God, good. That's good.
Wait, scientists?
That makes me feel a little bit better.
And this got 79. So maybe it is that. People are just looking at the critics should know what they're watching. You know, they're probably watching it going, I'm not looking for... A critic's job is to judge a movie based off of the job that it was supposed to do.
Okay.
And so the critics watched it and went, this nailed it for what they were trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
I'm picking it up. You're putting it down. I'm picking it up.
They probably went, they did a really good depiction of
Justin
making
Bieber.
A spoof of a concert series movie of a musician who
is stupid.
Is not that awesome.
And to be perfectly fair, this is how most highly uneducated, rich, famous people are. There's a funny joke of John Mulaney talking to Rolling Stones singer, what's his name? Mick Jagger. And he's like, every time you went somewhere, he was like a dick to everybody. But in his world, he's not a dick, right? Because like when he wants a Coke, he wants it now. And someone gives it to him in that moment.
Just socialized to be a dick.
Right. Well, so when he asks for a Coke and it's not right there, that's not normal to him.
It's like his life is buffering. He's like, where the fuck is my Coke?
Well, think about it. Like if your life is nothing but, hey, I want a Coke. Oh, look, it just appeared in my hand. And all of a sudden for, 20 years, it's like that. And one day, hey, can I get a Coke?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's socialized. It's like Pavlov's dog. It's like,
right.
So, every time that he would get a treat when the bell would ring, he would get a treat. And so then he would start drooling when the bell would ring. But that treat didn't show up. You'd be pissed.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. All these people that are always commenting on how rich people are assholes or, hey, can I get a picture or can I do this or can I do that? And they're assholes to you, but that's their life. Like if somebody came up to you with a camera in your face, hey, can I get your autograph? Can I get a picture with you real quick? Can I do a selfie? And then there's 150 people waiting for the same thing. You would be mad.
Well, that's why
I'm just trying to take a fucking shit.
That's why I don't like when
you saw that. That was the best setup of all time. Hey, can you close the fucking door?
That's what I don't like when celebrities complain about paparazzis posting pictures of their children and stuff and showing up at their kids' soccer games and stuff. They get really upset. And you see people commenting being like, they signed up for this. And I'm like, okay, whoa.
They didn't.
Calm down.
Yeah, it comes with it.
It's their job to make... Yes, they chose that as a job, but they didn't choose to be stalked and stuff.
Right. When
I'm not... children.
Hold on. When I'm not working, don't fucking call me or don't whatever, right?
I'm literally providing you ways to watch me on TV.
Right.
You don't
want
need
to see me
follow me in real life.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I think it's... Look, being angry, that's relative to not getting your way. I mean, it's people that are just like us... have that choice just because he has shit brought to him all the time. Still doesn't give him the right to be a cock.
And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that when
you're saying it's relative.
So looking at this movie, they are depicting that because he figures it out where he makes the pancakes full of dog shit
and
that everybody's just. The best part about that is when he shoots the basketball. And they're like, oh, it is. And he's like, fuck yeah. Like that.
Which is so dumb because they're filming. Like, he's going to see that.
Test.
No, he's not. He ain't going to watch it because he's dumb. That's the whole point.
Come on. You watched his character just like I did. He's going to watch a movie about himself. Come on.
Well, they're going to edit it that he put it in. Yeah, exactly. It's funny. I don't know. Favorite part or scene? Wait, hold on. Did we do? Yeah, we did IMDb 6.7. That's right. Okay, so no, favorite character then. Favorite character. Anybody can take it. That's my favorite character.
Yeah. Oh my God. I also like the manager.
Oh, the guitar tech?
Mm-hmm.
That's your favorite?
The tour manager guy is his manager's pretty good too.
Tim Meadows.
Yeah, Tim Meadows was really good.
Fuck, I'm gonna cut your fucking head off.
But I actually, to be honest, I really like Connor though, because Andy Samberg nailed that person, like that character.
But I feel like Andy Samberg is just that character all the time.
I don't feel like that's true, but I've also seen him in other things.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, he's that aloof, dumb...
He's not. He's a good detective.
That's why this movie
He's
fucking
got the
sucks.
highest, like, he's got the highest
I'm not
solved crimes.
I'm not debating
because everybody around him.
Hold on.
This
is why this movie sucks. Is because I'm not debating between characters. I'm trying to find one.
Yes.
You know,
there's
like
not
Hot Tub Time Machine, even like Anchorman, even the stuff that's the same kind of comedy. Like I still find myself like, maybe it's this movie.
Somebody sticks
That's what
out
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of a character that I like.
You can pick the turtle if you want.
Maximus. Yeah.
Well, no, I picked Barry. If you want to be whatever about it, but I picked
partial.
Not only am I partial, but anytime he shows up in anything, he's stealing the screen, right?
100%.
So he's in this movie for what, 30 seconds? And he kills it. He's like, I watch that movie, Flatliners. I like to, do a FL every, once a week or something like that.
You two, best supporting character that he's done. Because he's done so many.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
The brother.
I will cut you.
That is the exact part I was going to say.
It's the mother of my own boyfriend.
But not even when he goes off, but the part right before that. When he's
doing
like,
this? We doing this?
You want to go there? you want to go there? We're doing this?
You're not even doing a proper delete.
But then even him, where he just goes, like you can see, thinks about it for a second. He's like, yes. And he's like, that's the mother of my boyfriend. Like he just.
I got no problem sticking you.
That's a good one, for sure.
Hot Roddy's great too.
Hot Rod's great, but I was going to say another great one is Superbad.
Yeah.
Oh, as the cop.
Yeah. You can tell in the scene in which he pulls up the McLovin ID. He knows it's fake. And he's like,
they just go along the...
You're an organ.
I got, okay. And it's funny. And then when they're like going off on his ex-wife and all that shit, it's good.
It's great.
Mm-hmm.
He is, you're right. He's a good supporting role.
I don't think I've ever seen him do something where I was like, not for me.
He used to get a lot of rap for his SNL stuff, right? Like for laughing all the time.
His Alan Alda is amazing.
But him laughing made me laugh hysterically.
I actually feel like most of the skits that I've loved in SNL are when you can see them kind of...
Oh, yeah.
It feels real.
It feels real because if it's funny to them, it's funny to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well... Maybe my two favorite.
And Jimmy Fallon was always one of the worst with breaking. He would laugh at fucking everything.
Him and the guy that he retired with the same day. What was his name?
Will Forte?
Yeah, I think it was Will Forte.
MacGruber?
No. It's the other guy, the musician one. But it's the dude. They retired from SNL literally the same time.
The musician dude?
Remember the skit where they're talking from their LA? He's like, take the 35 to the 15 to the 16.
Jimmy Fallon?
No, god damn it. I can't believe. Hold on. You guys keep going. I'll find the name real quick.
This is going to bug me too.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who was
in because he was always Stefan, which was hilarious.
God, I don't know why I'm looking this up just by everybody that's ever been on SNL ever.
Why didn't you just look up Jimmy Fallon
Bill Hader
castmates?
Retired with SNL cast member. I don't know.
Kristen Wiig always used to break too. She would crack a lot. Also, Maya Rudolph.
Fred Armisen.
That's what it is. Thank you.
Yeah, he's a drummer. Yeah. He's hit or miss for me.
He is, but the skits they had together.
Okay, you're right.
Fucking hilarious. Right. I think they were there most of their period of time, most of his period.
Yeah, they were there.
His specifically.
His one episode of New Girl that he was in. Do you remember that?
I've never seen New Girl.
Oh, that's right. God, where's Josh?
Sick.
It's so good. There's an episode that where Nick Miller, who's Jake Johnson in real life, he is trying to make money fast. So what he's decided to do is he's renting out the rooms in their apartment as like an Airbnb type situation. And he's one of the guests, and he's a writer, and he's trying to write a romance novel. And he's a weird dude. Like, he's just weird. But at the very end of the episode, they walk in because Zooey Deschanel's character is on jury duty.
Okay.
So she's not there. And they walk in, and they think she's back. They're like, oh, thank God you're back. And he turns around, and it's him in a wig wearing one of her dresses. And that whole scene, the funniest part about it is both of their faces, Max Greenfield and Jake Johnson's faces during this scene, are so, like you can just see that
it's the best.
They're about to just
die.
And even when they're delivering their lines, you can almost hear it in their voice. Well, so if I don't get this out quickly, I'm going to fucking.
And the funny thing about that is, it's not like it's a live show. So how many takes did they do?
Exactly.
And those are the only ones they could use, right? So that makes it funny. I'll keep.
And he's like trying on a dress, and he's like, which one? And they're trying, and the one just like. That's a good one. That's a good
it's a good one.
Like, he's funny. Like try the yellow one. Like they're just like.
That's funny. So favorite. You didn't say your favorite character. Well, you kind of said Connor, but
I said Tim Meadows too, and I also want to give an honorable mention to Maya Rudolph because even though she's only in the movie for like 3 minutes,
it's funny.
That dialogue is just. So I mean, unfortunately, I can't quote it, but it's fucking hilarious.
Very true. Favorite part or scene then?
I love the wedding scene from beginning to end.
The helicopter, like looking down on it all.
Wild animals,
right?
The lady's just shooting a gun.
Yeah,
she's
just
got
randomly.
A fucking revolver. She's like, cow. She shoots the ground right in front of her.
Yeah. Seal's dead. Just go.
Favorite scene is the performance at the end.
Okay.
And what's funny, and Carrick even said this to me today when I was watching it, and the end came up. When Andy Samberg's out there by himself and he's starting the performance by doing the line from like one of the previous like Style Boys songs or whatever it was.
Sure.
And it's just all kind of like dim, and he's out there by himself, and he does that break, and he goes, I'm a style boy for life. And everybody starts cheering. Carrick was like, I just got chills. He was like, it's so dumb, but he was like, it's just like the way that the ambiance and everything around it and the people cheering because it's like how you feel when your band reunites, like, one of your favorite bands gets back together.
So to piggyback off that, to take a movie that is doing the exact same thing, Dewey Cox, at the end, where he does that song, and he sings, that song at the end where it's like about the last ride or whatever, A Beautiful Ride. When he sings, it's a beautiful ride, I get chills too. And it's like the same kind of thing.
The empathy, sympathy, like whatever it is. Thing.
But it's also a good song. Yeah, you know what I mean?
This one, it has all the interviews.
Yeah.
Like while it's happening or after it's happening?
During, kind of.
During, so
it's like going back and
you
forth.
feed off everybody else's emotion, and then
when they're like, oh my God, the Style Boys, like, blah, blah, blah. And one of my other favorite parts, it's again so like simple, but when he's finally trying to get his shit together and he's realized he's a dick, and they go out to the farm. And they're talking about the catchphrase verse. And he goes through that without him ever saying, the other guy ever saying anything. He just goes through I wrote most of it. You wrote, I contributed. I didn't contribute that much. And
I was late that morning.
What? I didn't actually go. Now I remember. But he goes through that whole thing.
That is funny.
And no one else is even pushing back. He's just going through it himself.
Words to the wise. If you're ever having a conversation,
just don't say a word.
Serious conversation. You want to see what's going on. Just let that shit happen.
Just stare. Just
yeah. Minimal contribution.
I really like
to
that
the conversation.
Part. And when he's like talking about Connor,
we're on a podcast.
Connor not doing well.
Yeah.
And he just falls into the pool.
That's funny.
With his robe and everything on.
So I had two. One we already talked about. It's the Justin Timberlake as the chef, and he's trying to sing. And then they're just like, hey, Matt, why don't you leave it to the professionals? And he's, oh, you're right. And then he's cutting
at the end, too, and he's like, it was me.
Yeah, but just with the guy like, hey, can you cut not as loud? And
and he's just... And and that he has like 7 different styled carrots. Like,
right. That was funny. The other thing is them mimicking the TMZ scenes. I thought was perfection.
I can't believe we didn't even talk about this.
What does he say at the very end? Bring out a picture of someone leaving a bar or a Waffle
James
House.
Franco or something.
Yeah, James Franco leaving a Denny's.
Yeah. So Will Arnett, I absolutely adore. Anything he's in, even if it's the fucking Lego show or whatever, I just gotta watch. Everything he's been in, I laugh at. Even Hot Rod, I even forgot he was fucking in Hot Rod too. But them just doing those laughs and like it's so forced. I don't know if anybody's ever actually watched the TMZ shows. It's exactly
in the
like
past
that.
because they've just come on TV like after something.
It's so bad. Like, how are people watching this?
Yeah.
They did it perfect. And with the water bottles and all that shit.
Everyone had where he's got like 3 at one time.
Taped together.
Well, and the one girl in it, she's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Right. Gina. Yeah. Also, that was what's his face too? Andre. Eric Andre.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the Eric Andre show.
Weird fucking guy.
Yeah. Any what the fuck moments for you guys?
Most of the movie. There's a lot of them. But
when he's drawing the horses, and he's like, I realized like I shouldn't have done green for this. When he's like, but he's so serious about it. I just been really getting into.
Yeah.
What was it? What was it?
Sold it for $11.
I don't remember what it was called, but he was like, which is like horse dancing,
right?
And he just. So genuine.
I can't remember the words, but what I was trying to, that fucking first song that I was trying to tell you guys about, where it was like supposed to be casual and not too fucking grotesque, but the song's the most grotesque fucking song.
Is it when they're in the early parts of the movie?
It's early. It's explaining their backstory, and they're doing like little casual shows, like in little small places.
Where they're showing them like in bars and parties and stuff.
I lost it there in the cowboy. Like I was an inch away from like going, I don't think I can fucking watch this. And I'm glad I did watch it because there is some funny shit later on. But that is definitely my biggest what the fuck.
I mean, my biggest what the fuck is that dick just on the glass, just going up and down.
I was gonna let you take that one.
And just
and he signs it. That girl, it's like hanging right here, and that girl's like talking to the window.
Still, though, like a pro to still sign it, though. He's like,
yeah.
He's a fan. I'll sign it.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
You trying to make that a penis on my hat there? Like,
Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
That's not a dick. That's a finger. And those are cupping balls. What's happening here? What are we trying to say here?
You're just putting it closer to the camera.
Well, I'm waiting for Steve to say it. Okay, never mind. It's fine.
I ain't saying nothing. The fun facts of the fucking week.
Gotta be further. Gotta be closer.
Hi-ho Silver. Oh, wait.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Good.
Sorry, but I fancy myself an autumn. Steve's fun facts of the week. Most of the shots of the large crowds were footage from One Direction concerts.
Nice.
Awesome.
I wonder if, like, they just used their sets and everything and just filmed
Had to
afterward.
have been.
Yeah.
Had to have been.
I totally forgot about the Taylor Swift was arrested for murder.
Oh, the end?
Yeah.
You gotta do the Popstar
That's how he
Awards.
got the slot at the show.
That is funny. In this movie, Seal says he got the scars on his face from wolves. In real life, he got the scars from
Acne?
lupus,
Oh.
an autoimmune disease. The scientific name for wolves, though, is Canis lupus.
Oh.
Interesting.
Full circle.
Or, you know, they did that on purpose.
It must have
They're
been
smarter.
a myth. You know how there's like little myths floating around? I was
Yeah.
always told that was from acne.
I don't remember what I was told. I remember hearing like a...
So hearing that's fucking kind of wild.
Kind of like the Marilyn Manson
Rib
thing where he
dick.
took
Yeah,
his
it's another
ribs
one.
out to suck his own
Yeah.
dick. How did everybody know about that in the world, but the internet was not a thing then?
It's just a fucking obscene thing to say.
Think about it.
Someone clearly said it somewhere.
And Marilyn Manson was like,
And it
no,
just-
this never happened. Like, what?
First off, I don't care how ugly you are. You're still Marilyn Manson. So you probably don't need to
Second,
do that to yourself.
Right. You're Marilyn Manson. But you know what?
The beautiful people. The beautiful people.
Maybe some people are into that. Who knows? The real-life rappers 50 Cent, Diddy, Nas, etc., talking about their love for the Style Boys was not scripted. The responses
Naz instead of Nas.
Whatever, man. I don't care. The responses were based on questions asked by the Lonely Island as if it were about the real-life rap group Beastie Boys. So they asked them, what do you think about the Beastie Boys? And then they just changed it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I liked when DJ Khaled was talking about the catchphrase verse, and he was like, because you got to have a catchphrase. Right. And I'm just like,
yeah, it's DJ.
Another one.
Talk about a fucking guy that just...
That dude is not...
Why?
I hate that guy.
He's just, and he's just on, his career is being on everything else.
Did you see the video in which somebody made him a custom acoustic guitar and they gave it to him and he tried to play it?
Yeah, I don't need to watch that, but I think I saw it.
It's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
I watched it.
He's like just doing this.
Does he know how to play?
No.
Why did they give him a guitar?
Because he's DJ Khaled.
It's also, he might be on the spectrum. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, just because the way he talks and the way he does stuff, like that guitar one, because I know what you're talking about now. I watched that and I was like, okay,
Where did he originally come from? Is he produced stuff? Like
I think so.
Like Timberland?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh god. Wait.
But he is playing.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
That's the thing over top of it. But that's what came out. He is not playing that. DJ Khaled.
Why would he think that this is how, if he's gonna make a video like that's how he should be?
What Wally said.
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
This movie gives cameos to multiple musicians who have previously released songs with The Lonely Island, including Michael Bolton, Justin Timberlake, Akon, Adam Levine, Pharrell Williams, and Snoop Dogg.
He got the contacts.
Question, where has Pharrell Williams been?
I think he's a vampire because he's not getting any older.
Probably behind the scenes.
He's like,
I think he's producing more than he
does
anything
like
else.
50?
Probably at this point, yeah.
Yeah, he was flying, like, so he had the Daft Punk and the Happy, those big hits, right? Those gigantic hits. Were there more after that? Because I feel like after that...
wasn't Nerd big too?
I don't know what you're talking about, maybe.
NERD.
That was his
other...
Was that before or after?
Group.
Like during.
Before.
Oh.
Well, it was before.
I just know he was doing
Punk.
cameos, so I know he was doing the Groot. They're not Groot.
Yeah,
but,
he's been on feature, but he produces a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
100%.
So that's his thing.
He was on The Voice. He was a coach on The Voice.
Okay.
I'm just thinking music wise.
I think.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything that was
not his own stuff. I think he's made music with Justin Timberlake.
Probably.
Too. They're very similar. I feel like as far as like styles.
I'll give you that.
Singing, producing, because I've been seeing Justin's been producing a lot of stuff too, like other people's music.
Yo, his stuff's the shit. That 2020 album.
Oh, the 2020 Experience.
Fucking dope.
I went to that concert. It was so good.
Yes, he's super good.
So good.
He's really good. He's really, really fucking good. Anyways.
During the home movie that Connor watches where he receives Maximus as a birthday present, young Connor says everything is awesome. The Lonely Island are amongst the credited writers and performers of Everything is Awesome for the Lego movie.
Really?
Everything is awesome.
That's wild to think about. But now when you hear it, you're like, oh, yeah. Makes perfect sense. Final decision time out of 10. Is this a must-watch, a recommend, or a skip? Tara.
I would still recommend it. I'm not going to say it's a must-watch, but I would still recommend it just because I think it's...
You already did. You recommended it to us.
Yeah, I think it's
feels like.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Out of 10?
6.5.
6.5. Walter, what do you got?
Oh, yeah, 5.9.
5.9.
Not quite a D.
You gonna skip it? You gonna recommend it?
I'm gonna skip it.
Gonna skip her.
Yeah. I'll remember the scene, but besides that.
So if someone said to you,
Yep.
So if somebody's brought this movie up to you, you would tell them, don't watch it.
I would say go watch Walk Hard.
Yeah, I would say well, I wouldn't say, I'd probably, this is more the one that's like, it's not for me. Clearly other people fucking like it. Now that I have to know that, I would probably tell them that.
That's kind of funny. Now that I have to know that.
This movie, that's just not, maybe it's not my thing. Maybe, I was telling Steve, I might not be into this kind of stuff anymore. I might watch the old ones, like the ones that's just dumb comedy for a lot of stuff. I can do that with like older ones because I've already seen them. I enjoyed them when I was younger, but catching this one later on, I don't know if it's my bag anymore.
not my bag, baby.
Not my bag, baby.
But you could watch Austin Powers every day.
Is this your copy of It Is My Bag? Or what is he say? Penis pump, this is my bag, baby.
One receipt for Swedish penis pump labeled Austin Danger Powers.
One signed book.
Yeah.
Autograph.
My penis pump and me, or whatever it is. God damn it. See, that shit doesn't get old.
No, that's gold. That's
okay.
gold.
Put it in here. Let's go. Come on now.
But that's it. Look, that's all. That's its own genre. Like comedy has its own sections. Like you have the stupid comedy.
You're right.
That's like the Leslie Nielsen airplaney still kind of drama or comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're different sections. This one I think lives with.
Shirley.
Yeah, I think this one lives with the Will Ferrell stuff, right? Where it's just kind of obscene.
I think it's
funny,
above the Will Ferrell
above top.
stuff, but yeah, still in the same wheelhouse, just like more turned up.
Yeah.
So 5.9, 6?
6.5.
6.5.
Yeah, give it that point. Woo!
Ooh. So I'm going to say this is a skip. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I'm going to say, let me read what I wrote. This feels like it's trying to ride off of Walk Hard, but just not in any way any good compared to it. I laughed a couple of times, but at this point, there's just a lot of offensive shit in here still that was probably then too. This is just a Lonely Island song that they made into a documentary-style movie that should have been just an SNL skit. 5 out of 10.
He's rough. He went hard on that one.
I went hard in the paint on that one. Sorry.
That's okay, because critics and audience liked my movie. So
is it competition?
No, I'm just
okay.
saying.
All right.
Other
She's
people
true.
did.
No, you're right. I mean, personally, I saw what they're trying to do. Maybe I'm just over the Lonely Island at this point, but I'll still watch Hot Rod. Like, to me, that's a superior movie. What did Hot Rod get on Rotten Tomatoes?
I feel like that one probably also shit the bed. I love that fucking movie.
I bet it's like not higher than a 30.
I'll quote that movie all fucking day.
Drink that green tea all goddamn day. That got a 39.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that's low.
Low. Speaking of low, we're at the end of this episode. Now, it would be Josh's pick next week, but I haven't heard from him if he's going to be here or if he wants to throw a pick in. So it's going to be up to Walter if you want to either throw out a pick for next week right now or just say, well, we'll wait and we'll play the game with Josh.
Talk for 30 seconds and I'll have something.
No, we're gonna talk. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us here on. If you're on YouTube watching, please subscribe. If you're listening to us, find us on our social media sites, which at thedecisionreel.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Get on there, follow us, give us a comment, give us something if you want to recommend a movie for us to review. If you want to support us in any way, we do have merch available. You can go to our website, www.thedecisionreel.com. Use REEL10, REEL10 for 10% off your order and get some cool t-shirts, hats, leggings, cups, stickers. Did I say t-shirts? T-shirts.
Hoodies.
There's stuff.
Hoodies.
There's anything.
T-shirts. Yo,
wacky waving arm flavor and two-man.
What's that? I think it's a Ben Stiller movie where they're like shitty superheroes. Have we done that one?
Mystery Men. Yes, we did.
Fuck. All right. Fuck. Give me another 10. Give me another 10.
10 seconds. You can find on our Facebook page, and sometimes we will post full episodes there. You can comment on those and tell us if we're doing good, doing bad. You can do whatever you want there. Again, look, thanks for listening. We got some people out here when Wally's in.
You can look at my list if you want.
It's okay.
Okay.
Let's do. Oh fuck! I just lost it. What is that? The British comedy thing that everyone worships. It's like a cult classic where it's like a bunch of medieval guys.
Holy Grail.
Yes, Monty Python.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yes.
All right.
That shit. Watched it again when I went on my camping trip. Still fucking holds up.
Tis a flesh wound.
Bring out your dead.
Yes.
We are the knights of Sir.
Your mother's a hooker and your father smelt of elderberries.
Tis but a scratch. All right, I'm good with that. We'll do fucking
How did a sparrow?
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I like we've been doing a couple comedies. So
Yeah.
Keep this going. I wanted to dive into a different genre.
Yeah, that's fine.
Of comedy.
I like it. We're keeping things rocking and rolling here. Decision Reel.
I almost went Mr. Bean. I was that close to going Mr. Bean.
The old.
Or Rat Race.
Rat Race. That's good. Yeah, that's good. We'll keep them in the back pocket.
Yeah.
Back pocket it. So yeah, we'll do that.
Or like the dog show one.
Best in Show.
Best in Show.
Do one where he's the James Bond spoof, Mr. Bean thing. He just did one not too long ago where it's like a
Johnny English.
Johnny English. Yeah, that shit was also funny.
That is good. Yeah, you're right. Well, hey, look out for those because we'll come up probably reviewing those pretty soon. Wally's got a whole plethora of picks.
He's got just a whole comedy section.
Just brain just flying.
Just boom out the gate.
He'll
I
forget them all next week.
Cool.
Yeah, they're gone as soon as you walk out that fucking door.
That's fine. I got him. I got him up here now.
Yep.
Wally, look at me. I'll be like, this one.
Deja vu.
Perfect. All right. Well, thanks, guys, for listening. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye. I might have to shit.
Do you want to go?
It's not there yet. No. I'll make if I need a fucking bail, we'll bail. We'll jump ship.
It's the onions.
No, anytime my belly gets full, it presses on everything else. It's like, let's get all this other shit out of here.
I mean, that is how.
That's how the body works.
Bowel movements.
It's a simple thing. It's a simple feature
right
that I've had since I was born.
I think everyone has that feature.
Yep.